League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from Charlotte. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
Ever since Derek Carr came into the league, Mike, he's been historically a very passionate and productive NFL quarterback. He has the arm that can make every throw, but sometimes it's that arm that gets him into trouble. So he's got to find a little balance, a happy medium between aggressiveness and recklessness, because when he's playing well, they have as good a shot to win games as anybody.
In motion is Hill. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. He's got room to run right at the start, and he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll go again here with Kamara. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
And he'll bring this to about the 25. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu from the secondary on the stop. Second down and 8. Tremble comes in motion. On second down, Young Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Tremble comes in motion. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A second down throw for Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Young. This throw left side, taken in by the rookie wide receiver. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Panther first down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9. They'll go play action with Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Looking left side is tight end Tremble. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Man in motion, heading left. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Over the middle, he's got the gap.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. On the give, it's Hubbard. And he will get into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. In motion is Hill. 2nd down, Carr. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. And he will score! Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Saints. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Saints will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Raheem Blackshear on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down. From the gun, it's Young. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. And that is incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Saints offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Brought in by Chris Olave. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On first down, Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Two first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. First down throw there is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Got it into the hands of Olave. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. First and 10. Carr to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Carr now on second down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. To throw, it's Carr. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. Here's Raheem Blackshear, going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
With the score, Saints 10, Panthers 7.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up.
Grumpy.
3 points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. On first down is Young. He'll dump this down to Hubbard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
A second down throw for Young. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Tremble comes in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Back is Carr. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
With that much time, you just can't ask your secondary to hold up. The defensive front has to do a better job. First, keep the quarterback in the pocket. Don't let him extend the play outside of it. And then secondly, you got to get that ball out of his hand, because when you let him hold it for that long, big plays are going to come.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
That's into the hands of the fullback. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Seems like the fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Shaheed with the catch. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Carr. That is caught. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. Carr. And he's in. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. Groupie now for the extra point. The kick is good. The Saints will get out in front 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here comes Hubbard on a toss to the right. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Out of the shotgun, Young. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Willie Gay. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, Carr. Left side into the hands of Olave.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Here's Carr. This throw right side is caught by Hill. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. First down throw for Carr. He'll look underneath here and find Kamara. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, you know, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Now a second down throw from Carr. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. Velus Jones now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. His tight end Tremble over the middle. And that's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Young. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
They send a receiver in motion left. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle them short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, this is Kamara. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll give this to Kamara, running right. Kamara got a 1st down, still going. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 16-yard line. On 1st down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he will score. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Now the offense and Carr coming to the line to go for 2.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. That'll be caught. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Young. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
Here's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. They get 18 on that one. First down, New Orleans.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.